Hey guys, welcome. It's another Tuesday. My name is Joseph Nantomah. You can call me the Black Mentor. And today I have my co-host Kim Nak right here with me. How you doing, Kim?
I'm great. How are you?
It's amazing. I'm just so happy for 2023. A lot of great things are happening and exciting times ahead. And one of the biggest things that I'm happy about for this year is information. And information is key. When you want to become successful, you're not going to be looking at money. I was just talking about that a few minutes ago. You're going to be talking about how you can get information. Guys, this is it. This is it. I want to do just two. Can I do 2 minutes coaching like right now?
Do whatever you want.
So right
It's your
now,
show.
this is it. It's not, I want to be successful, money, success. No, it doesn't work like that. This is how success works. Wake up in the morning, make up your mind, get coaching, and the coaching is going to help you invest in yourself. Then you invest in a business or you invest in a group of people, you give them value, then money. That's how it works. I was having a conversation the other day with somebody and, we asked him, what do you want? And he says, I want money. Of course, everybody wants money, So, but, you got to know what exactly you want. And that is what this show is all about. It's all about helping you to build wealth, not just making money. And we are committed every Tuesday. Like I said, we are consistent, we're frequent, we're always going to be here 1 p.m. every Tuesday Central Time to helping you.
You are a multimillionaire. You have a coach.
I do. I do have coaches.
You have coaches.
Not
so
one coach.
It doesn't even matter where your stance is.
Yeah.
Everyone can use coaching of some sort to get to that next level and build that information.
And talking about coaching, we're here. The next training that's coming is the boot camp. It's coming up on the 30th of this month, March. And we're going to be here for 3 days, 30th, 31st, and 1st of April, trying to help you out to build wealth for 2023. And you know what's amazing, guys? It is true that opportunities come every single day. Actually, Monday is an opportunity. Tuesday is an opportunity. Wednesday. But you know what? Great opportunities comes once in a while. And it was just so amazing. I never planned this early this year when we were planning for the boot camp, but I know how to take advantage. So we were planning for the boot camp. It's going to be coming all of a sudden. JT calls me. JT Fox, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is a multi-tens millionaire. JT is like the guy. He has over 75 brands in so many countries and businesses. And JT's like, Joseph, I'm going to come to your office. I want you to put some people together, your team. It was even my team. He was like, I want to come mentor your team, show them how to make money and things like that. And I was like, JT, is it okay if I bring you during my bootcamp program? And JT is a very great guy. And he's like, yeah, Joseph, I can come in there. So what we decided to do was we decided to throw JT right into the middle. So the coaching or the boot camp starts on the 30th, but right there on the 31st, JT is going to be flying in all the way from Sydney, Australia.
It's crazy.
And he's going to be coming here. We're going to have a nice time. I just know when you're with JT, there is no dull moment. He's going to be here the whole day and we're going to end up with a dinner. He's going to have 2-3 hours to coach, to mentor, take questions. Then we're going to go back for that day, 6 to 7 o'clock. We're going to come back in the evening. We have a beautiful 5-star restaurant. We're going to take every single person. We're going to sit down, eat some nice meal, and you're going to be talking to the guy who brought the word and invented the word called the fugu. It's going to be an amazing time. So, make up your mind. Make up your mind to be successful. I can just look at the guys behind me. Kim, #1 marketing person in the whole of Milwaukee, is going to be here. I'm going to be here helping you get the right mindset. See, guys, I always say I'm not the most intelligent guy in the room, but you know what I have? I have the right mindset. You do. Oh my God, you cannot take that from me. I'm the guy. While you're still talking and thinking, I've already jumped.
You're on the next thing.
I'm in the next thing, and that's why people they can't catch up.
Yeah.
They try to catch up, they're playing catch up because by the time they sit down, they're planning, I'm already gone.
You're always inspired.
I'm always inspired. I never get it done. All I need to be inspired is waking up in America. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If I wake up and I'm in America, I'm inspired because you know what? Everything is possible here.
This is going to segue a little bit. You are living the American dream.
I am living the American dream. Maybe I should start a show called
I think you
The
should start a
American
show
Dream.
called The American Dream.
You'll never know.
I think we
Watch
should.
out. So guys, just watch the list. Watch the list. So you see, I have Eck here. You know, my guy, he's coming all the way from Chicago, has helped so many people. I call him the no BS coach. No BS coach. The guy, he's hard like a rock. You know, he's going to teach you how to go about your business, help you grow it. And while I'm on this, because I'm fired up, I want to go straight to the point today. I'm not going to be beating around the bush. Just tell me, put your comment there. Tell me where you're joining me from. I have Kim. I have JT right there in the middle. You see myself, my wife. She's going to be there helping you to inspire you. I kind of feel like my wife tells my story better than when I do.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so,
Yeah,
right?
she's great.
Because,
She's
great.
Great.
While I was building all this, or we were building all this, I was a little bit like in the whole thing. But she saw the things that I missed. She saw it like a video. And, you know, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she's like, you cannot run away from it. Your wife helped you to build this whole thing. And I said, yes, I've not denied it, you know. So she was there watching all the things, how I fell, how I rose, how I fell, you know. And, you know, the good book says it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you rise. Yeah. So she's going to be there to inspire you and show you, you know, tell you our story, how we started our business with $9.99. It's crazy. And that story always changes people. And I see people joining all the way from Germany. This lady was in the Instagram. Yeah, Germany. Thank you very much for joining. You know, and I have Brigada. She's coming all the way from Atlanta. People are flying in from everywhere. This guy's coming from Chicago. Brigada is coming all the way from Atlanta. I have JT flying in all the way from Sydney, you know. And the two ladies that I'm actually squeezed into their middle, they're still here. They're local. Somebody's joining us all the way from Pennsylvania. Ikenna, thank you very much. You know, so it's going to be an amazing time. I want you to sign up. Please put the link there. Sign up for that class. If you want to do the entire 3 days boot camp, there's room for that. You say, you know what? I don't have the time for the 3 days. I want to do only the 1 day. All you got to do is go to josephnantomah.com/events. And you can sign up and make yourself available for that class. Again, for you to be successful, you need to go after information.
Absolutely. And you have the information to give. There are so many opportunities to connect with you, see some of the things with you, but you're bringing your mentor in to everyone
you know,
else.
I hate this word, but I'm omnipresent. I'm everywhere. You know, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm everywhere, everywhere, you know. So go out there, sign up, make yourself available. It's an in-person class. It's not an online class. You got to be here physically. Then the big one.
Which has changed dates. That is incorrect on my screen. That has been September 29th.
Yes.
Through October 1st.
You know how I tell you that as a successful person, you never take no for an answer? What most of you don't know is while we're working on this whole project, okay, there were some changes. The hotel called us and said, you know what? The week you guys are going to be showing this event is that you're going to have in the event from 22nd to the 24th. It's what they call live festival event. It's live festival events in Las Vegas, and the hotels were going to go ballistic. It was almost $700 a night. But we found a way and we decided to just move our dates to the 29th to the 1st of, September. It's the same 29th to the 1st of September. So thank you. I see somebody joining us all the way from London. So yeah, I tell people that people watch this program from all over the world and they just feel like you're making this up. You're not. Look, we've had from Germany, from Nigeria, from London. Look, from somebody said they were from Italy. You know, all over Maryland, USA. Thank you, and share this video. Share the link on your page so that other people can also benefit from here. And don't forget, last week, Tuesday, we had a blast. We started our tour.
Yes.
We're touring the whole United States to create awareness for this event. We were here, right here. We started here. Unfortunately, there was a snowstorm the next day in Chicago. We couldn't go because I love you. You know, I don't want you to go out there and have an accident and say, hey, I was going to go see the Black Mentor and I ran into a storm. And no. Just sit down in your house. And something happened. You know, when we're planning for the dates, I said, let's have Chicago twice.
And we sure did. We're still coming to you, Chicago.
So we're still coming to Chicago because we have a future date. If you check the calendar, you will see that was a future date. I wanted to come to Chicago twice because I love you guys in Chicago. And I wanted to go to New York twice because I love my New Yorkers. I love your steak.
So we are going to New York. I believe that's in April for the first time.
Yeah.
And maybe again in August.
Yeah, we're going to be in New York. We're going to be in all these cities. We're going to be there. Come on out. Come on out. Meet me one-on-one. Shake my hands. Look me in my eyeballs. Yes, I'm real. I'm real. I'm real. Check us out. Kim is going to be there. We're going to come with some staff and we're going to take care of you. We're going to talk. We're going to discuss. We're going to plan. And we're going to give you tips for making 2023 great.
So next week, Thursday and Friday, we will be in Indianapolis and Cincinnati. Venues are officially booked.
Yep.
So hopefully by the end of the day today, go to josephnantomah.com/events and sign up because space is limited have that one-on-one time.
Yeah.
For free.
It's free. It's a free event. All you got to do is show up, make up your time and show up. I know, people don't pay attention when they don't pay, unfortunately. But, just
bring
take
your
out
notebook.
time. Don't give excuses. Make out time. Come mingle. There's going to be free food, free information, just to get you going for 2023. A lot of you say, hey, I always pay for Black Mentors courses. Now it's free. I'm even coming.
Yes.
Like I'm coming to a city near you. So you don't have any excuses why you shouldn't be there.
And you weren't really planning on doing too much informational wise, and you did anyways, because that's what you do.
Yeah, the last class, I didn't want to give out any information, but I ended up giving so much information.
Still does.
Because I love you guys, know. For me, I just feel like, it's not how long you live on earth, it's the quality you give out. And, all this whole investment, traveling, meeting people, building relationships, getting mentors, and just getting people. At the end of the day, I just want to help as many people who are willing. That is what I feel like life is all about. Life is all about giving back, learning and giving back, learning and giving back. And, you just have to know how to communicate and you need to know how to pass information. So today, it's going to be an amazing day. I'm going to quickly, get a break. I like that video where I jumped out of a plane. What do you think when I jumped?
I think that's pretty inspirational. I think watching you jump out of the plane, landing on your feet, was pretty great.
I didn't land on my back.
Let's do it.
I feel like I have 9 lives.
I probably would have landed on my face. So
you're going to land on your face? That is going to be a disaster.
I know. That's why I'm not doing it.
That's going to be a disaster landing on your face. If the producer has it, I want you to watch. You see, nothing is impossible. I want you to watch how I came and jumped out of a plane. It was a sky, 16,000 feet from the sky. I was scared. I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I probably thought I was never going to come back. But you know what? I went ahead. I did it. I jumped. I lived to tell the story.
You sure did.
So you got to be understanding how these things work. Life is all about, taking risk. Life is all about taking action. And everything we're here to talk to you about the Wealth Flow Show is just how you're going to move yourself from where you are to where you want to be.
Absolutely. Let's go.
So, producer, are we good?
Let's go.
Okay,
boom, boom,
let's
boom.
see. Let's see how we.
Welcome to Skydive Midwest. We're going on your first jump?
Yes.
Okay.
Today is the day. I've been bragging on social media that I got this. And I've been telling all of you, don't be a little bitch. So today, I'm going to prove you that I'm not a little bitch. And if I can do it, you can do it. Amazing.
Welcome back. Whenever I watch that video, you see that hug I gave to that guy?
It's like I lived.
It was like, I lived, man. I'm alive, bro.
Oh my God, I lived.
You didn't kill me up there. That was a real hug. You know how people fake hugs?
Oh, yes.
That wasn't a fake hug. That was a real hug.
I'm alive, my dude. My diaper was full, but I'm alive.
No, my diaper wasn't full. Come on. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, and it's just amazing. And talking about the September program that is coming up, the Wealth Flow, Africa America Wealth Conference that's coming up. I just got so much going in my head. My head is like a computer with so many data.
All the tabs open.
I'm telling you, like, So, talking about the AAWC, I like calling it that. We have some amazing speakers, and one of them is someone who has helped so many people. She has built tremendous relationships, helping people to communicate. I still feel like I need this woman in my life. I need her in my business. And the thing about successful people is when you meet them, they always say yes. They never say no. Watch out. When you meet successful people, when you talk to them, they always say yes. She's somebody I met through my coach, JT Fox, and we became friends. We were just talking. In fact, the very first day she met me, she gave me value. Imagine I walk into a Starbucks and she was the one who bought me coffee.
Well, hey,
and I'm supposed to be the guy with the fugu.
With the fugu.
So you just know that when people give you value like that, I'm like, you know what, and I could not pretend. I was like, I need you in my life. Like, when you meet people who give you value first, even before they ask for anything, you want to have those people as your friends. You want to have them by your side. You want to have them in your business. So I'm not talking about any other person than Brigada. She is all the way in Atlanta. She's a communication expert, and she's been helping people to build so much wealth. She's going to talk about herself when she comes here. I want her to give me a full resume because I am on the verge of moving to Atlanta just to stay there and learn a lot from her.
Better stop it.
Hey, champion, how you doing?
I am here, and that's why I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on the show.
Amazing. You look great. You're always put together. How do you do that?
Well, right back at you, my friend. You know what? It doesn't take a lot. It does. When you have a good brand, Joseph, it does not take a lot.
I appreciate you for coming. So Brigada is going to be one of the persons speaking at the Africa America Wealth Conference in September. But I just wanted her to give us a little dose of what we're going to be expecting for that event, because I have some great coaches, people, you know what? Let me just shut up for the next 5 minutes. Tell us who you are, what you do, and, let's do this. Boom, boom, boom.
All right. Well, Brigitte Höfele, definitely not a American name, as you can tell. I'm originally from Germany. I moved to the United States in 2004, so almost 20 years now. Holy cow. To build a business. Right, exactly. We age really well, right? I came to the U.S. to build a business, and like you said earlier, Joseph, America is so entrepreneur friendly. All you got to do is answer the call and go get it, and that's what we did. We crossed cultures. We had a little, girl back then. She was 18 months old. She's 20 now, and we are still here, going strong, building businesses, servicing people. And as I was building my business, and my husband has his businesses, I have my business, and we have some joint businesses, I thought I had it all. Honestly, I'm just going to give it to you straight. I can be, very authentic and vulnerable. And that's where I'm coming from right now. I thought I had it all. I have 2 degrees. I crossed cultures. I built businesses while having a toddler and then being pregnant and having another child. And I thought, I got this, right? And I got a little cocky. And if you know anything about Germans, that's really easy for Germans to do. So I kind of had to heal. I had to heal from that. Okay. And in the beginning years, I thought I got all of this. I got the knowledge. I got the network. I was invited to sit on the Chamber of Commerce board.
Give me the fugu. I got the fugu.
Well, so I got the fugu, but here's the thing. Here was the caveat. I burned through people. And what I didn't realize was that the biggest currency is not the fugu. It's not the money. The biggest currency are people. And it starts out with communication, starts out with my communication. So what did I do? when people left me, when staff left me, my team left me, my clients that left me, I pointed fingers outward and I said, you guys are all silly. You don't know an opportunity when you see one. Just go. And it happened over and over and over. And I finally said, there's one common denominator here. And that's me. And that's where I started learning more about communication. Although I have a degree in it, I sucked at it. And I learned more about it, and I got really engrossed in it, and dug really deep in how can I be a better communicator so I can build relationships. And through that, I built more businesses. I was invited to speak on stages around the world. And that's where I am today. So I come from a very humble heart, and I'm going to share the learnings that were very expensive learnings. But I'm going to come and share that with you guys.
You're just an amazing person, and I can tell you're a giver. You're a big giver, because I know, because when you're a giver, you know somebody who's a giver. You know how they talk, how they communicate. I can feel the passion even from the screen. And I just want to thank you and appreciate your personality. I know you didn't get here by chance. It was a deliberate act to build yourself. But the first thing that I want to ask today is, when I met you, you asked me a question, and guys, I'm going to just tell you straight, I failed it. Like, I'm not going to be, yes, I failed it. The Black Mentor failed it. And you asked me, what is the, how did you even put it? You asked me, I'm coming. I want to make sure I get it. You asked me, what is the process of communication? And you know what I said? I said communicating. You're like, nah. So I wanted to talk about how communication is important and the processes that's involved in communicating, and how people can be better in communication. Then we're going to take it and link it to how to build wealth.
Yeah, you know what the problem with communication is? Listening. That's the biggest problem, because most people, when you meet them, you go to networking events or you go to conferences and you meet people, and when you meet them, it's almost like someone's verbally throwing up on you, and, oh, look how great I am, and look all the great things I'm doing, and all of that. It's not about you being interested or sounding interesting to someone. It's you truly being interested in the other person, and that starts with listening and not with talking. And this is such an important part, and you even see it right over here. Listen to relate. It actually continues to go on, not to respond. And that is such a big piece of what I'm teaching. Communication is a big it's a big vessel, and it holds a lot of things, but first and foremost, it holds listening. So it comes in 6 stages, and I want to give them to you really quick, because I'm all about giving value, and trust me, we're going to go much deeper into that. Listening to what you want to get out of the conversation, and what can you give in that conversation. When I met Joseph, it was like meeting a kindred spirit. We were both high energy, and we immediately just acknowledged each other. It didn't take a lot. And all I wanted to know is know more about him. So my outcome when I meet someone new is, I want to learn more about you. What makes you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning? What do you value? What makes your skin crawl? What do you stand for? Number 2 is, how are you taking intentional action? And here's the thing, not just any action, but intentional action. How are you intentional in what you're doing? And so far, as Joseph already said earlier, I have not talked about the money at all, because the money is the result. The money is the byproduct. The money is not the driver. The money is not what we're leading or leaning in towards to. It is about relationships. Number 3 is, be aware of what's going on in your little computer system up here in your brain. Be aware of your mental state, be aware of your emotions, because when you're not in the right mindset, when your emotions are high, your intelligence is low, and everything goes out the window. So be aware of what's going on in here, and how can you break a pattern that might not support you. Number 4 is, have behavioral flexibility. When you are meeting someone that is not on the same energy level or on the same communicative level. They might be not as well versed with words, or their body language might not match yours. Have the flexibility to meet them where they're at, and not come from a place of, oh, well, I'm such a good person, so they have to follow my lead. No, that's not how you build relationships. So be flexible in your behavior. Number 5 is always do the best with everything that you have. And number 6 is be most resourceful. I'm not saying have all of the resources, because that would be ridiculous, because no one of us has all of the resources, but we have a huge network. Joseph has a huge network. I have a huge network. Be most resourceful with the network that you have. Those are my 6 points that I'm going to go much deeper into. And I
don't want you to give out everything today. No. What are you going to give out when you come to the boot camp at the end of the month? And by the way,
trust me, I have
ladies
more.
and gentlemen, she's going to be here for the boot camp. In fact, you know what? I told you this woman is a giver. When I'm talking to people, I'm not a great listener. I'm not just going to sit here and pretend. I'm not a very great listener. But I started learning. But when she was talking, I was listening to the things she was saying. She's like, Joseph, when I come, she's gonna be the one hosting the show on the first day, on the second day, and leave on the third day. So you're not even doing anything. And she's gonna, we're just gonna like I have people, I want to stand here. Like when I say I have people, I have people. I'm not talking about people who just come and sit down and cross their legs. She's like, Joseph, I got you. When I get there, I'm going to put everything together. And I just feel like this next boot camp is going to change a lot of people's lives, because I have so much quality people that are coming. But you know what? We're running out of time, and I know you're a busy person. You've spoken on so many platforms, but I know you spoke on the TEDx. You were a TEDx speaker. Tell us, how was it like sitting, standing there in front of all these people and inspiring them and talking about communication? And what did they get after that? What was the impression you got after you spoke at your TEDx event? And by the way, I want you to coach me how to speak on TEDx one of these days.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm saying it on live screen.
I have a whole program. On that. Now, I have spoken, as I shared with you before, on many stages all around the world. The TEDx stage is a different animal. You have a very limited time, and your speech is going to live on the TEDx YouTube channel forever and ever and ever. So I want to make sure that every word that I say, that every point that I hit, that every sound bite that I use is spot on, and that it's not scripted. Because there are people that are going to go on a stage and they just memorize a script and then they recite the script, but they lose complete connection to the people in the room. When I stood on that stage, and I was there early in the morning, it was in Frankfurt, Germany. And again, if you know anything about Germans, they kind of go, we have a saying, we go into the cellar to laugh. So we say of our culture, myself, that we're free of humor, which is not true. And I've been in the States long enough to have a lot of humor. But I've put in some humor scripts. And as I'm putting in those humor scripts, I was aware I'm going to speak to over 400 business people in Frankfurt, Germany. They are probably going to be very rigid and dry and free of humor. But I put in 2 humor scripts anyway, just to have a confirmation and to test out, do I have rapport to the people in my audience? And when they laughed with what I said, I thought, wow, A, I made a German audience laugh, and B, yes, confirmation check. I do have rapport with them. So everything that I'm now saying falls on a deeper level into their listening. So it was an incredible, beautiful experience, and I was very nervous.
Amazing. So you would say after that TEDx event, you had a communication, because a lot of people don't understand what communication is all about, especially when you're doing business. I want to link it so we can bring it back home. And people don't understand what it means to win. And that was one of the things you and I had discussed in the past, talking about communication and how you can win, because there's a whole lot of people watching us from all over the world. And some people are going to watch this after, we finish the show. How does communication help you as someone who is working for someone, because there are people who are working for other people. How do they communicate with their bosses, their clients, and how does communication help someone who owns a business? And trust me, when you are broke, it's easy to say you are humble. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, people tell me I'm humble. I'm like, wait till you make $1 million. The day I saw $1 million, I'm like, hey man, I'm cocky. How can you communicate from, where you get up here? And don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad person. The fact that somebody is, has pride in themselves doesn't make the person a bad person. But I'm telling you, money has a way of doing these things we talk about, and influence and so many things. But, I wanted to balance it up and help us to see how communication helps different people in different status.
So communicate. People ask me, Brigitte, who do you train? Who do you teach? Well, anyone that has eyes, ears, and a mouth, because communication is not just the words that we use. It's most and the biggest piece of our communication is our nonverbal, our body language. So if you remember the 6 steps that I went through, and I'm not going to go through them again. We're going to go much deeper into it when we see each other in person. But if you don't know what your outcome is, so if you're working for a team, if you're working with a team, or if you're working for a boss, or you are a leader in an organization, or you are an entrepreneur, but you don't know what you want at the end and how you're making that a win-win-win, a win for you, a win for the other person, and a win for your company or their family or your community, or whatever the greater win is, if you don't know that outcome, you're not going to be specific and intentional in how you come across, how you build that relationship, which words are you using, and which words are you listening for. And it's not just the words that we're listening for, it's the tonality that we're listening for. It's I call it the having sensory acuity. And the sensory acuity is basically listening with all of your senses. So we can listen with our eyes, we can listen with our sense of touch, of how we feel about something. We can listen with our emotions. We can listen on a deeper level, but we don't even know that exists. Some of you might know subconsciously. And then in the next step, on the flip side of how you are expressing what you are listening for, what you have observed, what you are in tune with, if you don't know how to bring that back out and communicate that to your team, to your boss, to your staff, to your employees, to your customer, then you're not going to make a deal. You're not going to get that raise. You're not going to get your point across. You're not going to have more followers on social media. You're not going to get the money that you want for your service or your product. That is first and foremost, and it's such a simple process and such a simple concept, and yet most people don't realize that the listening part is the biggest piece of building relationships.
When I talk to you, when I listen to you, I get scared a little bit. So it's true. It's okay. It's safe to say that how you communicate determines the kind of money you make.
Absolutely. If you are not getting the results that you desire, that has nothing to do with anything but how you communicate. And that's it.
Whoa. It's that simple, but it's very powerful and very, 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 it's a big elephant in the room.
It is a big elephant, and there are many parts to the elephant, and Kim can appreciate that. If you are not very clear on which words you're choosing when you're putting things out just in written words, because your tonality does not travel in written words. Your body language does not travel in written words. And no, we're not going to use emojis, okay? So the words, you got to be spot on with your words. So It actually comes across not just to one person, but to many people.
Amazing. So it's just so much. I know you are a giver. I want to just let you know, ladies and gentlemen, Brigitte is right here. She's going to be coming to the boot camp from the 30th to the 1st. She's flying all the way from Atlanta down here. She's going to be here with us for 3 full days. And somebody's asking, how was that a question?
No.
Okay. So I want to encourage you though, as you're watching, listening, go ahead and ask a question before we let it go. But it's just so amazing, the things that we learn every day. And I'm just so thankful for people, because there's just so much you can always learn. There is just so much. You think you know it all. You think you've learned so much. And when you start hearing so many new things, it's just so different, like, different levels of communicating. It's just so powerful. Before I let you go, I'm a rookie. I don't know anything about communication. What are the baby steps that I need to take just to start? Is it listening? Okay, I've started listening. How do I get out there? Because, we communicate every single day. Like, you have to communicate. And in this world right now, we're on social media, we're in different platforms, we're talking to people in the house. Your mind is just racing. Like, what are the steps? Like, A, B, C. So somebody who's out there who's going to watch this or who's watching right now. Okay, so I want you to just break it down. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Step number 1, do this. Step number, I just love it like that.
Yep. So we cannot not communicate. That's the first and foremost. When we realize that we cannot not communicate, that means that we're always giving out data points, that we're always giving out information. Even sometimes, guys, I have to tell my face to shut up separately. And I'm not even kidding. But you know what that looks like? Probably not on me, but on someone else that you know.
Yeah.
So we cannot not communicate. In order to communicate, we must be great listeners. And there is what I'm going to teach in class and the steps that I've given you. There's going to be a sequence, but then as you're becoming better, you can change the sequence around. So I'm going to give you the 3 most important things that you need to do. When you listen, you're going to, first of all, have always something to write with and something to write on. I do not go anywhere. And if it's just your phone, the memo tab on your phone where you can take notes. And when you are talking to someone and you are taking notes, either on a notepad, manually or digitally on your phone, you want to ask for permission. Hey, this is great information. I'd love to learn more about you. Do you mind if I take some notes? Because what happens if you just look down on your phone and you start typing on your phone, you're losing connection to the other person, and the other person might assume, well, they're just texting someone or they're not even in the conversation. So you want to be present. You want to take notes, and you want to be tuned in to the words that they're saying and how they are saying it. Because when you are tuned in to the words that they're saying and how they are saying it, that will give you data points. There's the knowledge that you just talked about, Joseph, that you can then build in the communication that you're going to use talking to them. I'll give you a really simple example. One of my clients is a hotshot realtor in South Carolina. And he carries a little notebook everywhere with him. And when he meets a new client, which he does every day, he asks for permission. That's hey, do you mind if I take some notes? This is really interesting stuff that you're saying. And then he listens for repetitive phrases or words that that person is using, and he writes them down. And then when he talks back to, or when he talks to them, not talks back, but when he talks with them, he builds in these words that he's taken note of. And when he repeats them back in a whole sentence, subconsciously, that person realizes that person understands me. That's where the know, like, and trust comes in. That person is relating to how I am speaking, is relating to who I am. So being present, taking notes, and then the third step, putting that back out, putting that in your own communication, in your own words, back to that person. So you build a relationship with them, and they feel heard, they feel valued because you relate to them, because you understand them. It's really simple. It's not easy.
What you just gave us is just so priceless. Number 1, take note. Number 2, be present. Build trust. These are just these are the another level of just building wealth. And I just want to appreciate you for coming. I know I want to keep you, but I don't want to keep you, you know? I love you and I hate you at the same time. It's just amazing. Like, you're just so much. And I appreciate you for just walking into that Starbucks that day. I met so many people, but you were just amazing. And we connected in less than 1 minute. Like, and we're willing to answer all my questions. And here we are. And I just want to appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Brigida, she's going to be here for the boot camp, and she's going to be speaking at the African America World Conference. Now you see the quality of people I'm talking about.
I'm telling you.
You're going to help so many people when they leave there. Like right now, before I open my mouth, I want to start thinking. Like I'm telling you right now.
I've seen you so quiet.
You've never seen me so, I know, right? Like, yeah, you just caused an effect on me right now.
Sure did.
So thank you.
And Joseph, before I leave, I just want to leave you with that. In the beginning, it's going to be awkward in listening. In the beginning, it's okay. So allow, I'm not just saying that to you, I'm saying that to everyone. I was a crappy listener. The consistent practice will make you a better listener, and that takes time, and that takes energy, and that takes commitment.
Yeah, I might not be a perfect listener, but I'm a perfect person when it comes to being consistent. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Yes. I'm going to be consistent, put in the work every day. And guys, for you to be successful in communicating like we're talking about, it's not something you're just going to do overnight. Oh, yeah, I made up my mind. No, you want to be doing it every day. Like you're going to forget sometimes and you remember, but every time you're consistent, you keep practicing, you keep doing stuff, and it's just going to be amazing. Do you have any question, concern?
Her energy is everything. I have a request during boot camp. He's sending me off to go pick up Mr. JT Fox in Chicago. You are not allowed to teach your 6 things during that time. I need to be able to be present. Listen.
I am so glad this video is recorded. You're going to go there and watch it again.
I have to be present.
I am going to, this is the first time I'm saying this. Like, I don't like listening to myself when I talk. Like when the show is over, I just let it go.
Yes.
But this one, and I'm saying on camera, I'm going to go watch it again.
Going back on replay.
I'm going to watch it, and when I'm watching on my big screen, I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to tag you. You see me watching it.
Yes.
Because there's so much, we want to get better. And, this is all humility. I think life is all about learning and getting better and bringing out your best version.
Yes.
Because that's what we're doing. This is not just about making money. It's about every day bringing your best version physically, mentally, and otherwise, spiritually, whatever is important to you. And just keep working on yourself. Nobody is perfect. And when you hear certain things that are so good, like the information is so valuable, what do? You just key into it and you start working on yourself. I will tell you, for me, after Linda, this is the second best one for me. This year, because Linda's interview was very inspirational.
Yes.
But this is it. This I don't know what else you need. This is going to help you all around that relationships, marriage, work, office, business. And I just appreciate you for coming. Where is she at? Don't take her away, producer.
You were talking.
You should put me in the background and make her big. I want to see a beautiful face. What are you doing, man?
I have to say,
there you go.
I'm super inspired by what she has to say, because I run networking events. She's taking it a step further for me, because in my networking events, it's all about building relationships. It is not, I don't allow everyone to sit and pass their business cards around, because did you really get to meet that person? Did you get to hear their story? Did you come to the next event and talk to them? I mean, if they do it, they do it. I'm not going to say you're never allowed to come back, but you're not working on a relationship in that event. What are you here for? Just to build your email list up, or are you here to actually take people. Something?
Yeah. So if I live anywhere in the world, I wanted to reach out to you. I would love to have your information, your website or something. Please, guys, go out there. She's an amazing person. The website is right on the screen.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is reach out there. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Facebook. All you got to do is type her name. She's on Facebook. She's on LinkedIn. But that is her website. And I think if you go to the website, you're going to do yourself much more good, because a lot of us are so busy, and sometimes our teams are so busy, we might not check the social media handles and stuff like that. But if you go to the website and you send an email, you want to learn how to communicate, you're going to go straight to her mail or assistant email, and you're going to get a response. I want to thank you. Is there anything you want to leave with us? Something we can go back and not be able to fall asleep this night thinking about?
Yeah, I want to leave you with listen to relate, not to respond. And I think that's a big one to think about.
Whoa. Okay, we can end the show right now. Thank you, Brigetta. You are so amazing. I knew it was not going to be a mistake when I told you come to the show. You see, I just knew. I know. Unfortunately, I'm in the wrong profession. I'm not a minister, but I see the future.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. There she is, Brigetta. She's going to be amazing. Make sure you get her website. Check her out. And let us boom, boom, boom. It's been an amazing show today.
Whew.
Oh my gosh, she blew me.
She did. You got to watch that in English. That does not. That doesn't work well. You might want to cut that out of the show.
Yeah, later, you can cut that. But I mean, she blew my mind. Like,
there you go. There you go. She blew your mind.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to move on, but I have learned so much. Like, I feel so bad I'm not taking notes because I'm in front of the screen, but.
When you watch it later, you're going to take
when
notes.
I'm watching this later, I'm going to sit down with my kids, my family, and we're going to watch this. This is something that you want to be listening and, take it inside and understand how you can build communication. You need to listen to relate, not listening to respond. And I get that all the time, like you post on social media, and a lot of people on social media, we have all kinds of people on social media, And I was saying something to somebody. The moment they see, they don't read to understand. They just read, and they want to jump and just respond. But, she's taking it beyond that. She said, listening to relate.
Yes.
Not listening to respond. So, guys, it's amazing. You see what I'm giving you on the 30th of March? Oof. And I've not even brought JT Fox on the like, this woman is going to blow us up. Our mind.
There you go.
She's amazing. Yeah, she's going to blow our minds. Please cut it off. Don't let YouTube take my video down. But it's going to be an amazing time. I assure you, there's nothing that is stopping you. I can't even coach. I wanted to coach for like 5 minutes, but I cannot even do it. Like, I am humbled.
Yes.
There's nothing stopping you, honestly. Like, how I met this woman?
Coffee. I was listening.
Yeah, I was
listening.
I just stood there. She was standing there looking all beautiful. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And I was going to pay for her. She's like, no, I got your coffee. I'm like, okay, thank you. So, and I stood and I started talking to her. And she was like, what is the process of communication? I was like, communication. She's like, nah. And that was what caught my mind. Because I'm this guy, I like teaching, I like knowing about people. But you know what? I started learning to listen to people's story and knowing what they want. And I was like, you know what? I said, I need you in my life. I need you to come show me certain things because you have to grow in all levels. It's not just making money or being wise and being knowledgeable. It's all about, learning and growing so you can have an absolute holistic growth. So with that being said, I think enough for one day. We've had a beautiful day. It's an amazing one. Go out there, get on my website, get on the whatever you're watching from and just sign up. Sign up. She's coming with a full baggage. Everything. She's going to give it to you. She's coming. So sign up, be there, show up. Success is 80% showing up.
This boot camp.
Imagine when JT had called for the event in Dallas. Imagine I never showed up. I wouldn't have met her.
I wouldn't be sitting here probably right now. You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't have met her.
Getting,
but today's coaching, today's teaching, it was amazing. I learned. This is like 100%.
Yeah.
For me, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's 10 over 10.
You are bringing people, you're bringing people that are providing you value.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
And I mean, the level of success of the attendees.
And listen to her story. You got to listen to people's story. When people are talking, you listen to the things they say and the things they don't say.
Yes.
I don't know, but, for some reason, I kind of feel like people who come from out of the country and just come here and see a lot of opportunity, just kick ass. Am I allowed to say kick ass?
Sure.
They just kick ass. Like, they go out there. She had a little baby. I remember when I came, I had a little baby, my first daughter. And they just go out there and they don't give up. And now she has many businesses. She's helping, very successful people to build their business. And I'm going to, and I'm not just saying this, I'm going to try and have a personal one-on-one coaching with this woman because I want to know how to communicate, as a gentleman, as a business person. I want to know how to get out there, how to communicate. And
As you're growing, if you master that on top of everything
else. People are going to love me. Yes. They're going to love me. Oh, guys, I can just say it. I can see the future.
Right.
Joseph.
There you go.
Actually, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be a doctor.
Oh, that's right.
Dr. Joseph Nantomah. So I was in New York for an event. And after I finished the event, I was the special guest at that event. And somebody reached out to me and said, we like all you're doing and all that. We vetted you and we want to nominate you to have a doctorate degree in real estate education at the American Heritage University, Southern California. And I was like, me? He said, yeah, you.
Yeah.
So imagine all this accolades and all the awards this year alone. And I end up becoming a cool communication guy. Oh,
Forget
my
it.
God.
Oh
my God, nothing is stopping me. It's over, nothing. So yeah, I'm going to sign up. I know she's coming after the event in March. In fact, when she comes in here, I want you to arrange that meeting. I want to have one-on-one with her and see how she can help us. It can be weekly, maybe twice, 1 hour. I don't care, whatever time she has, we're willing to pay for it. So she can give us communication tips on how we can use that to build our teams and build our business. Guys,
I think it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. You got to take action, and we love you. It's not just saying it. We're bringing top quality people every single week. This season has been amazing already.
All the guests. And
Linda started on a high note. I never forget that. I remember what she said. I started doing business for 10, 12 years and it wasn't working. I was like, why were you still there? And she said, I had nowhere to turn to. I had nowhere to go. I had to stay there and build this. And, we've been building with that, bringing people. You need to go back on our YouTube channel and watch all the videos from season 2, episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. The other lady that came in, was it CC?
Yep.
All the way from Australia, taught us on how you can exit $1 billion. Like,
she's another AAWC speaker.
She's also a speaker, So I can go on and give all the accolades I have. I can tell you, I can beat my chest and tell you, I have quality people in my life. And that is one of the greatest blessings God has given me this year.
Absolutely.
Including you.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. So thank you very much on that note.
Oh, John gave hearts in the back.
We want to say we love you. Look, I'm all touchy. This is not me. I used to end the show like, hey man, you gotta move it. You gotta go out there and do it.
If you don't buy it,
I'm gonna comment. But I'm not like that today. Like, I'm all touchy.
You are.
Regina has made me fall in love with this whole thing again.
I think so.
So with that being said, go out there, take action, believe again. There is nothing stopping you. Go out there, believe in yourself, take action, and just win.
Excellent.
I'm signing out. Boom, boom, boom. It's been amazing.